Hello Minecraft junkies, welcome to my first video. I just got into Minecraft not too long ago and I'm very interested in the way rails work. I've got my map, my world is about 4 to 6 square miles. In real life it's 1,700 blocks per mile. And to travel across it takes quite a while unless you can travel in rails. So I was infatuated with rails and I started doing some research on YouTube. And I'd like to give a shout out to my so-called teachers that I learned most all of this from. First of all, there was Pegasus 442 and Utoxin, Minecraft Land of the Lost, Seth Bling, and S.P. Blatt. Now, I learned a lot from these guys on how to make intersections, because it seems as though that when you come to an intersection, you have to figure out what you want to do and then how to do it. And a lot of the examples were quite expensive and complicated. I had to refer back to the videos numerous times while I was building their example in my world, and I had built most of them. I wanted to find something, some go up and down, some go round and round, some have pistons and a lot of repeaters and just on and on and on. I wanted one that was flat. I wanted one that was simple. Well, one of these guys introduced me to SDFs, Stop for Destination, and I saw his minecart jump the track from one track to another, and it turned itself. And when I saw that, I got to thinking, well, wait a minute, if I put that to use in its maximum ability, I might be able to come up with something kind of simple. So this is what I've come up with. Now while I'm talking, if you want to, take a screenshot of this, because the whole point of this video is the track layout. You've got to lay the track out like it shows. Now up at the top, up here, is north. That's kind of an arrow and there's a column there, but that's north. Down here, right here, is my dock. And this dock, when you leave this dock, you must be headed north, right out of the dock. Now the way this works is this only uses 11 redstones and 2 torches. These 4 buttons are for your direction, north, south, east, and west. And that's all it takes. You need some powered rails to get you from here to there and so forth. But in the switching of this station, the dock only requires, to get you in and out 4 ways, is 11 redstone, 2 torches, and 4 buttons. Now, here's the way it works. Oh, by the way, you can see almost the entire layout of this thing. I have one more photograph that I'll show, or one more picture that I'll show before I get to the video. But you can see, oh, here's 1, 2, 1 going underneath this block is 3, 1 there's 4, here's 5. Up there is one that's 6, this is 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 redstone. That's all you need, is those 11 redstone. These 4 buttons, and you do need a detector rail right here. But these 3 rails is what determines where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. Now my next picture shows underneath the 4 redstone, back at the back. Come down here, you can see this redstone from the previous picture. It runs into a block which has a torch, underneath another block which has another torch that's out, and this green up here is the switch. It's that switch right there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone going up underneath there, 2 torches, and it comes up under that switch. So when I flip this button, this redstone is going to activate to get me out of my dock, and it's going to activate this switch over here. Now let me explain how all this works in my video. There's a lot of turns that you get for free in Minecraft, and these are my 4 incoming rails. When you come in, no matter where you come in from, it's all automatic. You will always come in and wind up at this same spot right here. That's the dock. And what we'll do is we'll demonstrate that. We'll come in from down here. And there we are. Come in from over here. And here. Come in from over here. Same spot. And we'll come in from the north. So you need no power except some powered rails to get into the dock from any direction that you come from. And the reason is that these tracks, when you butt into if you run it on a dead-end track that runs into a cross track, for example, coming over here, when you come up here, you're going to just dead end. But when you dead end, it will turn either east or south. So in this case, this is an east-west track that I'm going to run into, so it's going to turn east. And then of course the first green turn, you can see I'm going to pass that up. I'm going to take the second green turn and wind up in the dock. Alright, now let's go over here. This is an interesting one here. Now here I'm going to run into a dead-end track and I'm going to turn south. You just get it for free. If you run from a dead end into a north-south track, it will always turn south. This is aimed so you'll go through it. This right here now, you'll either go east or south. Well, this is an east-west track, so you're going to turn east and you're going to come over this way. Once you come over this way, you'll pass that one, you'll make that turn and wind up in the dock. And here we go. It makes a bunch of turns, but they're all free. You don't have to power any of them. Now from here, you got 4 buttons. One's for east, north, south, and west. We'll try this first button, and we'll see where it takes us. Okay, it takes us west. This first button is west. Now the second button, then when you arrive right here, this track dead ends into a north-south track. It'll always take you south. So again, you don't have to have a switch. You don't have to control it. You don't have to wire it. It's free. Okay, now the next button, I guess north. Okay, now that, in order to get there, we had to switch. One switch and power the rail. Took us up there, made the turn, and then we had a detector rail right here. So when it detected that, it turned. And this is the only time that you ever use that, is when you want to come from your dock headed north. So you can just put that in there. Is east. And now we have to power the rail underneath us, turn both these switches in the green here, and when you get up there, it's automatically going to turn east. East-west track, you'll turn east. So let's watch. Turn both switches, goes up, hits that dead end, it turns east. Now for a quick look underneath, we've got one little redstone here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 redstone right there, and that's it over here. And over here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone. And here's what happens down there. Comes down 4 redstone. Comes down into this block. It has a torch under it. That has a block above it with another torch that's not lit. And there's your switch. You power that line, this torch goes out, that one comes on and flips the switch. Very, very simple. Again, facing north. If you build this to where your dock does not leave heading in the north direction, it could be quite different. Oh, I forgot there's a little redstone right there that when you push this power button underneath there, so that one lights up. And then also up here, when you hit this, you got to light both of these, because you've got to get the power on the power switch, that on the power rail, that switch to turn, and this switch to turn, so it grabs both sides. Now I'll tell you how you wind up getting this right here is that block. If you take that block out, it won't work. You got your connections right here, and you run from here up to there and back around, so you have to put that block in there to break that connection and catch both of them. Now it goes into this rail, and that goes down there underneath and powers that rail. But there it is. The first thing you want to do is you want to get your track laid out. That's the most important thing. Just lay out the track just like you see it there. So if you like the video, you can comment below, and thanks for watching.